Yo, what's up there, guys? It's Alex here from Elite Football Conditioning. I have just finished in the gym on a Friday evening, and I thought I'd just take a quick moment to record this video for you. So I think I saw a really good piece, or quite a profound thought, which kind of struck me in a way that I haven't kind of necessarily considered this myself before, from another coach, and I can't remember who it was, I'm afraid. So I'm going to probably steal it and butcher it and pull it to pieces and not do it justice. But it is essentially on the theme that every week, every weekend, or every day, there are people in the gym training like bodybuilders with no intention of stepping on stage at any point and entering a bodybuilding competition. But those same people will go and play either in a recreational league or a semi-professional league, in some form of field sports or other sporting context, without doing any sort of specific conditioning for it. They're just training like a bodybuilder, and as a result, they're not actually developing the athletic qualities that they need and will be using every single weekend. And that kind of got me thinking, and it's probably, there is no better example of that than when it comes to speed and acceleration. Obviously, for football, the majority of your time on the pitch is going to be spent in acceleration and deceleration. You are very rarely, I say very rarely, you're not going to reach top speed as often as you will be accelerating and decelerating. And every time you do reach top speed, you have to accelerate to get there. So a couple of little acceleration things that I'm going to talk about, and I'm just going to show you through one key drill today that there's a couple of different levels to it, a couple of different layers to it. But this has basically come off the back of me having a discussion with someone who was kind of talking about like the need for quickness, obviously the need for speed and power and accelerate, being able to get away from an opponent. And there are plenty of people out there that don't believe that you can train that. But I think I said in one of my posts last week, you can train all the qualities that result in improvements in speed. And this is one of those drills, and I've talked previously about posture, position, pattern, and power. I'm actually going to add another P into that, so there's going to be 5 Ps now, with placement. So posture, position, pattern, or placement, then pattern, and then the power. So I'm going to kind of take you through each of those. And for this, the beauty of this is you literally need zero equipment. Probably just a wall will do. You could do a kitchen countertop, or you can tack it on to your warm-up by using a barbell in the rig in the gym. So let me just try and line this up for you so I don't kind of cut myself out of the video entirely. Right, okay. There we go. So all I'm going to do to begin with, set a barbell up somewhere between hip height and sort of like the bottom of your ribs, so anywhere in and around your midline. Then we're going to go straight arms, and you're just going to lean into the bar. And here, this is where I'm talking about your posture. So we want that plank position, straight line through the ear, shoulder, through the lower spine into the hip, and then that leg, that base of support should be completely bolt straight as well. So we're locked in to there. Okay, so that's our posture. The next thing that we're going to look at is hitting the correct joint angles. So in terms of acceleration, what we'll keep our arms straight for this purpose, just so we can hold that posture. But what we're going to do is have our knee and our femur about 90 degrees relative to our actual torso angle. So basically that crease of the hip should be about 90 degrees in that position there. Okay? And then the other thing that we want is we want a loaded ankle. We want that dorsiflexed ankle with our laces pulled up towards our shin, and we're just punching through into here. So we should be 90 degrees at the hip, and then that back leg again, we're maintaining posture by keeping it completely locked and completely straight. So that's our posture and our position. The next thing we're going to look at is placement. So we're going to punch that knee through, and then we're going to strike the floor down and back. So we're ending up finishing in that same position. We're going to place through into here with that knee coming in front, and we're not bringing it up above that because that's going to cause us to tilt at the hip, and we're going to end up losing that posture. So we're just going to bring that knee into here. relatively low foot placement towards the floor. If we come up too high, we're going to waste time in accelerating down. We're going to end up pushing into the ground too hard, which is going to bring us up too early in the acceleration phase. Key for acceleration is being able to maintain that low torso angle and drive the ground back and away. That's what we want to hit. So, going through our posture, position, placement. The next thing we're going to do is look at the pattern and how we get there. So it's punching that knee through, hitting that position, and then it's no good if we simply do one and then push back, and then we end up doing sort of, if we did the chop of the legs and the change of the legs and the transition, if it's all out of sync. So if we did, in fact that's probably a bit too good there, so hold on, it's hard to actually mess up a drill. So we bring it down and then bring it up, it's all out of sync. Or if you kind of like look like you forget what you're doing, that's no good. Sprinting, accelerating should be rhythmic. It should be cyclical. It should look pretty slick. So we want to come here. We want that pattern to be nice and efficient. As soon as that leg punches back, which we're going to do, we're going to drive that leg down and back. We want to be bringing the other knee up and through at the exact same time. So it's bang. And we want to be consistent with that pattern, okay? So it should be quick. It should be cyclical. The timing should look good. It should look smooth. It's quite a difficult one to get to grips with if you haven't done it before. Now the final P, and the one that I'm going to add in, and the one that we want, is the power. So you may have already picked out that I've described a couple of little things that we're aiming for. We want to be punching the knee through. So it can't just be like a little bit of a lift off. It's got to be a, and that's the first thing to get. We want good strong hip flexors. Drive that knee in. And this is the first drill. Just practice this position, holding your plank position with your braced arms, and you're just going to punch that knee in. Check you're at that 90-degree angle from the femur relative to your torso. And then once we've got that, we can then look at developing power on the other side. So we want a good effective punch through. So we're going to start from here this time, and we're going to do just a little switch. Catch it, make sure you're in the correct position, holding your posture. Okay, once you've got the hang of that one, this is where we go with the double one. So it's just holding that same start position. And again, it needs to be nice and quick. And you can then add a little layer of complexity to that drill by simply going, okay, we're going to do 2 changes, then 3 changes, then you might do 4. And that'll be your warm-up. I mean, I probably sweat very easily anyway, but I'm already sweating after doing that. And if you put in the force and you put in the effort into it, it's going to help you right at the end of your warm-up. So consider adding that one in. If you've got any questions on that, let me know. I will be layering in a couple of things that will help to accommodate some of these drills, because obviously this isn't the only one. This is a really good effective warm-up drill. Something really useful to practice every day, non-fatiguing. There's not a load of demand on it, although it will get you working. Great to do all the time. So give that one a practice, give it a go. Let me know how you get on. See you later.